At first, the night breathes through the stairwell like a fog you can almost taste. A cold light pools on concrete, and the camera only leans, almost imperceptible, as if the floor itself were listening. Nothing happens, and that is the point. The air holds its breath. You are watching a space that pretends to be ordinary, and yet the ordinary begins to tremble. Stairs that should lead somewhere simply recede, loop, repeat. Pull your eyes toward the void under the railing. The building keeps its own time, slower than your pulse, slower than memory. You notice the shadows thinning, then thickening, as if they choose to exist without approval. The lights hum with a patient static, and the camera drifts, ever so slightly, never quite settling on a single frame. A silence so thick you could lay your hand on it. The silence refuses to break, even as color bleeds out of the scene, turning the world into graphite and cold steel. In the moment of realization, the first contradiction arrives without a shout. A door along the corridor slides just a fraction, repositioned between the last shot and this one, leaving a double memory of the same space. You tell yourself you misread the geometry, but the second glance confirms the door has shifted again, as if the hall keeps rewriting itself to accommodate an unseen visitor. A chalked note appears on the doorframe, faint and stubborn. Do not turn around. Not an instruction you can ignore, just a warning that the room has learned your name twice and forgotten it twice more. The theory of this place is collapsing into rumors, and you have become the author of rumors. The observer you never see lingers at the edge of sight, a presence that does not need to be invited. The stairwell breathes. The steps exhale a lingering draft that travels from wall to wall, curling like a whisper you can hear only if you listen with your ribs. The image holds a person-shaped absence, a suggestion of someone there who never steps into the light, never steps into frame. By the final interval, the sense of inevitability thickens into quiet gravity. The space seems to tighten and yet remains unperturbed by your fear. The corridor extends into a horizon of metal doors and distant echoes, none of which belong to a clock you trust. The door that moved now returns to a position that has no place in logic, and the moment you consider turning away, you realize turning away is no longer an option. The air grows heavier, not with threat, but with the terrible grace of something that never leaves, something that watches without moving. The last image is a window that does not reflect, a corner that does not end, a line of sight that feels watched even as you fade to black. And in that final stillness, you sense a continuation beyond the frame, a night that continues to watch you and you with it, until the screen goes pale and the room remains.